Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. And we're going to be talking about a couple of different topics, but I'm going to break down both of them and give you guys my opinion on both and talk about what is trending today. So today, Sukiana has been trending because videos have resurfaced from an old podcast interview that she did with Candy Coated Nights or Candy Coated Live. And a lot of people felt like Sukiana was very uncomfortable during this taping. Now, in the midst of people bringing up the conversation of A1, which is one of Candy's co-hosts, making too many advances to Sukiana, there was then a video that surfaced of YK Osiris also making advances towards Sukiana and seemingly making her feel uncomfortable and things like that. Now, in addition to Sukiana trending, Joseline Hernandez is also trending because a 911 call has surfaced from Big Lex, who is the girl that she had this big brawl with, calling the police and requesting to press charges. Now, in addition to Big Lex 911 call resurfacing, there was also old videos that have also resurfaced where Big Lex did interviews where she talked about how she wanted to fight Joseline and how she wanted to catch her outside and how she wanted to see her and things like that. A lot of people felt like she wrote a check her butt couldn't cash, and a lot of other people felt like it was an unfair advantage whether she wanted to see Joseline or not. A lot of people felt like, oh, well, she wanted to see her one-on-one, not team on team, and jumped. They felt like that wasn't equivalent. So we're going to get into all of that. But before we do that, I want to say hey to all of my night owls who are in the building. JC in the chat says, all of it is disgusting behavior. I feel you. Stevie Ray is reminding you guys to hit the like button. So definitely hit the like button and share this video, even if you got to email it and share it to yourself. Okay, I'd appreciate that a lot. Now, which one do y'all want me to break down first? Do y'all want me to talk about the Sukiana YK situation first? If so, press 1. If you guys want me to talk about Joseline first, press 2. Let me know what y'all want me to talk about, and then we just gonna take off from there. Okay, because y'all know, y'all in charge of this boat as much as I'm in charge of this boat. Well, when I give y'all, when I give y'all the wheel. Okay. Somebody said 2. 2 is Joseline, 1 is Suki. So what y'all want me to talk about first? Y'all want me to talk about Joseline first, Suki first? Let me know. Let me see. All right. I think I'm seeing more 1s than 2s. Somebody said everything. I heard that. All right, so it's definitely more 1s than 2s. So we're going to go with talking about Sukiana first. Okay, so let's talk about it. All right, so as you guys know, Candy has a show, and it's a podcast that's basically similar to Angela Yee's podcast. If you guys know anything about Angela Yee, she has this podcast where the premise of the show is to talk about, hanky-panky and hunching men and what do you do in the bedroom and what's your desires, what kinks you have, things like that. Well, similar to Angela Yee's lip service, Candy from The Real Housewives, she has a similar theme show where the topic is also hunching, what kind of positions you like, what type of, what size Peters you want to take. What do you like them wide? Do you like them big? Do you like it front? Do you like it back? So in the midst of this, very, adult-centered content, Candy has a guest host by the name of A1. Now, in addition to A1 being the host, Sukiana is a woman who has very, very, adult charged lyrics, persona, and things like that. So when you see Suki, you see her sucking toes, you see her throwing up while she got wanky in her mouth, you see her doing all of these explicit things, and she has a very explicit persona. She just recently did a video with what's the little boy name? NLE Choppa, where they was walking on a dog leashes. And so she has this persona of this very adult, engaging type of persona. Now, every single time I see her in a video with men, including the recent video that I just seen her with Little Duval, it's always men talking about they want to try her out because she talks like it's good and things like that. And Sukiana's response is always, you know, I turn you out. You don't want none of this. I turn you out. And it always seems to be like playful banter. Now, when she went on to Candy's show, it went a little bit further than just playful banter to really putting her in an uncomfortable situation with his advances. And I'm talking about A1. Now, it's one thing to like jokingly be like, girl, you talk a good one. Can you back it up? To full on trying to throw yourself on a person and making them feel uncomfortable. And that's pretty much what the internet saw in this interview and called it out. Now, I'm surprised that this is finally going viral because this is a podcast from 3 months ago. And 3 months ago, I remember I watched the podcast in full because there was clips that I felt like were outrageous. And I even posted certain clips from this specific podcast 3 months ago on my Instagram account. Now, in addition to posting clips on my Instagram account, I also watched the content and I even commented on the content because I felt like A1's behavior was a little bit excessive. Like I thought he was doing way too much and he was overcompensating for something. It didn't feel like a man who was genuinely interested in a woman. It felt like I'm putting on a show and I'm overcompensating for something. Now, I'm going to show you guys my comment that I left under that in a minute. But first, I'm going to play the interaction between Sukiana and A1 that has a lot of people feeling some type of way. And then I'm going to show you the comment that I made 3 months ago under this very video of Candy's. Now, let me play it and then we're going to go through what is being said on the internet and we're going to go through the motions like that. Okay, so let's go. I'm not going to play the actual video. I'm going to just let you guys hear the audio.
I know he out here vibrant, you know.
Yeah, he's right now.
Okay, this is a good question.
All right, so.
Can fuck me right now.
All right, so the clip that I have, it starts off with her saying that she wants to hunch Keith Sweat. She said she'll let him take her down right this moment. And, you know, A1 had to turn up the heat. He like, you know, you saying Keith Sweat could hunch. Well, what about me? You know, and so he started putting his wanky on full display and on advertisement and things like that.
Okay, this is a good question.
He's good.
All right, he's still out here fucking.
So
He out here fucking for real?
Yeah, I was just on the road with nigga. I mean, I ain't see him fucking about it, but I know he out here vibrant, you know.
Yeah, he's
still
fucking
around here
fuck
moving
me right now.
okay,
Right
Suki,
now.
what do you like to fuck to?
Yeah.
I honestly don't be listening to music like that.
When you fucking.
You don't?
Really?
Yeah, because I don't really have like an MP3 player or a speaker at my house. So it's just like, I don't be listening to music.
Real.
So is it just quiet?
I mean, I sing.
The little throw down.
Yeah, I do the singing.
Yeah. Hey, how about it?
Can we calm him down? I can't even turn up because he's been waiting at the door for me.
Hey, how about
You
it?
was not acting like that out there.
I mean, shit, we on now.
That's right. See, I like to sing myself, so we don't have to listen to
Okay,
music.
sing us a little something.
Yeah, sing us out. Let's see what that mouth do. No, I'm saying vocally. Let's see what that mouth do vocally.
What does your mouth do?
Shit.
Okay, so at that point, you can see that she's clearly letting him know, all right, it was cool, it was laughter, but at this point, I feel like you're going too far and I want you to calm down. So I feel like if you get into a situation where you feel like you are saying, you know, flirty stuff, if a person, a female, is letting you know like, hey, you know, I feel like you're doing too much, calm down, and they're openly showing you that they're uncomfortable, it's probably wise to take heed to their suggestion that you calm down. So in that moment right there, she literally let him know like wait a minute, like you turned up a little bit too much because you wasn't doing all of this before the show started. So how, like, where is all of this coming from now? So let's continue to play it.
Everything you needed to do, I'll make that pussy spit, and I know it do. I watched you walk in this motherfucker.
So you can tell by my walk?
I can tell by your walk that pussy spit.
Hey, you a country nigga. Where you from?
I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. Campbellton Road to be exact. What's happening with it?
Not. I cannot. This is how he is every time we get on there.
From Southwest Atlanta.
He been over here saying he wanted to smell it ever since
I want to smell your pussy. I want to put my face in your pussy. You say Suki with the good coochie, you know what I'm saying? You be talking about how good that motherfucker smell and all that.
So you want to put your...
Yeah, I need a motherfucking scratch and sniff about that motherfucker.
Scratch and sniff? Oh my gosh, out the Cracker Barrel box. The scratch and
I'm
sniff.
trying to get
I do have a scratch and sniff.
You do? Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you know what I mean? We can go to the back and I can come back and
you
give her...
You want to smell my ass?
I might put my tongue down that motherfucker.
Oh my gosh, A1.
But we going to start with the sniffing though.
You are aggressive.
She love that shit, man. Look at her. She like that old shit.
No, I don't.
You love that shit.
No, I mean after like during sex maybe, but you know, that not right now.
All right. So she lets him know a second time. She first tells him, okay, like calm down, like you turning up. And then she looks at him and she puts her hand up and she's like, you know, like trying to let him know, like, listen, there's a difference from me talking about the things that I like to do with my partner versus you putting yourself in the seat of that person. You're not that guy. You're not who I'm talking about. I'm not talking about you. I'm like, calm down. Let me answer the question without you inserting your penis in between my orifices or however you say it. Like, without you insert, like, she's like, so she puts her hand up and then she's like, okay, like, but not right now. So that's number 2 time where she's telling him, I'm uncomfortable. You're making me uncomfortable. Like, you know, and you're doing it like too much. Now, I seen in the chat, a person said, you know, blaming her is like blaming our victim and saying that was her fault because she wore a short skirt. Now, 2 things can be true. I feel like, you know, we like even in certain situations, women, you know, just because I have let's say I do adult films and I'm on camera, just because I'm getting paid and this is my job and I do adult films does not mean that just because you're a fan and you're watching and you like my films, that automatically means that you are invited inside my body and you can hunch on me. Now that can be true, you know, but we also have to take accountability as well, how we put ourselves out there in the world and how we present ourselves as well. Okay. So it's like he's out of line and he's doing too much. But as women, we can't always say that, you know, we are like, you know what I'm saying? Like we can't understand why a person would think that they could come onto us that way. Now I'm gonna tell you a quick story about me. Okay, some of y'all may know this, some of y'all may not. I don't know, but I'm gonna let you know. When I was younger, I was in a party crew. Okay, the party crew started by some men. They used to throw parties all the time, and they would have like, you know, dance offs, and they used to like be dancing and like turning up. So I started throwing parties, and me and my homegirls started throwing parties, and their party crew was called Freaks Up, right? My party crew, once I linked up with them, they was like, hey, y'all should get down with us. We call, you know, Freaks Up or whatever. So I'm like, okay, well, we're going to be called Official Freaks, you know? And so from that, my name was Neek. So I'm like, okay, well, shoot, since our party crew is called Freaks Up, I'm going to go by the name of Freak Neek, you know? And even when I started rapping at a time, and I named myself Freak Neek. I even let some of you guys who are A1 Day 1 subscribers listen to one of my raps that kind of had went viral. And I was talking about if you need a freak and all this kind of stuff like that. And my name was Freak Neek, okay? And so from my name being that, I was literally a virgin going by that name, okay? I was a virgin. I hadn't even had sex yet. Didn't even know what sex felt like, I'm literally in high school going by this name, ain't never sucked a wanky, ain't never had no guy do oral to me. I literally lost my virginity at 19. But I'm just saying that to say that how you present yourself is how people are going to approach you. Because I went by that name, people automatically assume like, oh, she must be out here. She must be doing it. She must be, all of these things. Mind you, I had never done a thing. I didn't have sex. I hadn't even, I'm literally a virgin. And so there would be guys who would come up to me who were, other teenagers feeling like, oh, hey, girl, like, thinking they could try it. And then once they seen my personality, they seen, get out of my face. Very much this came from a party crew. I had to literally reevaluate how I was presenting myself to the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to take accountability in how you present yourself to the world. So this is a situation where two things can be true. A guy can be out of line for how they come at you, but you also have to evaluate how you're putting yourself out there and how you're presenting yourself to the world. Now, you could very much be a totally country bumpkin Christian, devout Christian. You could be covered from head to toe, and a guy could still try you, and they could still try to take your pootie tang, okay? They could still try to take your wang wang, and you could do everything right, and it can still happen, okay? So I'm not saying that, because I know it's going to be that one person that say, oh, well, you could do everything right, and yes, it can still happen. However, the probability of it happening and people trying you, it is heightened by the way that you present yourself. When I was going by that name, I would get unsolicited wee-wee pics all the time. Like, all the time. I would just open up my inbox and it would be a new unsolicited wiener pic in my inbox. Once I changed my name, I started presenting myself in a different way. People came at me totally differently. Now, another person in the chat says that's no excuse, and you could feel how you feel. Another person says no excuse, logging off. You could feel how you feel, but a lot of women get put in certain situations that are avoidable because of how we put ourselves out there. Now, you could get mad all you want. I'm not excusing anything that he did. I'm clearly telling you that she told him several times that she was uncomfortable. It was up to him to read the room and pipe down. And that's not giving him no excuse, but I'm giving you game that I know. When you know better, you do better. Okay? When you know better, you do better. Okay? So you could take it offensively. You could take it how it is. You could feel how you feel. You could be mad. You could unsub-motherfucking-scribe. Okay? It is what it is. But I'm never going to tell you wrong based on the information that I got from learning and growing and getting wisdom. Okay? So, so I say that to just say that. Now, again, he's out of line. He's doing too much. She should be able to talk about what she likes in the bedroom on a show geared towards this type of content without a man throwing his wanky on her. That is true. Okay? That is very much true. Okay? And he definitely needs to pipe down. So I'm going to play a little bit more. Hopefully the people who got experience in life, they understand where I'm coming from and what I'm talking about. But let's play some more. Thank you, Street TV.
Nah, all that shit you talk. Fuck that. You done met your match. I'm here. What's up?
So listen, hold on.
This man is
Okay.
Keith Sweat can fuck me right now.
Okay, this is a good question.
All right. He's still like a fucking.
So,
Okay, so that just repeated. All right, so in addition to this clip right here, there was also another clip where he talked about how he wanted to show her his wiener pic, okay? So they were talking about wee-wee sizes, and they were talking about, somebody said, so basically she should expect that. To a degree, if I'm being honest, I'm not saying she deserves or should expect for somebody to stick their wiener in her, but if you talk about how much D you like to suck and how you like it, she should expect somebody to try her. If you don't understand that, then I don't know what to tell you. Your mom failed in accountability. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, so anyways, y'all comment in the chat. I mean, I know it's going to be some unsubscriptions after this, but anytime it's a topic about, you know, sex or, you know, things like that, it is what it is. There's people who are going to project what has happened to them. A lot of people in our community and in any community have been violated before. So what I noticed before I go any further, and I'm going to continue breaking it down, but what I've noticed in just our community specifically, I'm going to just talk about our community. Anytime there is a topic that involves a man making advances to a woman, what I see a lot of times, rather than a person looking at it as a case-by-case situation and assessing what is actually happening here, I see people who are hurt because they have been violated by somebody in their life. And a lot of times they will project how they were violated onto a situation where they could have been innocent. They didn't ask for it. And a guy just came up to them and did something that was so out of line, took their, took a piece of them that they had no right to take. And I get it, so I understand how some people will, take it personally because of things that happen. But that happens anytime we talk about, these types of topics. But anyways, so in addition to that clip right there, there was also another part in this podcast where they were talking about wiener sizes. And they were talking about, what size wieners that does Suki like? Does she like big wieners, small wieners, thick wieners, whatever kind of wieners she likes? And she was saying how she likes wieners that are 5 inches or whatever. So that prompted A1 to be like, oh, well, I want you to see my wiener. What do you think about my wiener? And so he then asked her to judge his wiener.
A1?
But I don't know. I just want to show Suki my pick and let her judge.
Yeah.
I'll judge. She said she'll judge. Okay, can you show that to her?
Just 1 minute, life.
All right,
You said you were a what?
No, putting my dick camera.
I know that's right.
So country. Yes.
All right, so he pulls out his phone. He asks her basically, he says, I want to show her my wiener picture or whatever. And then after he said that he wanted to show her his wiener picture, she said, okay, I'll judge. I'll look at it. So then she looked at his wiener picture, and then she told him that it was thick.
Well, I feel like, honestly, 5 inches is a huge to me.
5 inches?
Yeah, that's big to me.
No, okay.
That's super big. I love that size.
I know my mom used to say she'd rather be tickled than be stabbed. Seriously, because some people got all that and they just be damn stabbing the hell out your ass, and it's not really, always pleasant.
No, but you supposed to.
I don't want to see it.
Her saying, and me being a woman, her saying it's thick. That's her way of saying, boy, it's short and stubby. It ain't big like that. It's thick, it's short and stubby. But anyways, a lot of people felt some type of way about that as well. So there was, in addition to this, there was people on Twitter who, like I said, started to campaign against this. They felt like Candy should have stepped in, and they felt like it was obvious that Suki was uncomfortable, and they felt like the interview should have been, ooh, what the heck? I done went to Twitter to pull up something and a whole cootie cat came out. So anyways, there was people who then pulled up a video of A1 and Suki after the interview, because there was a lot of people who felt like, like, oh, she was uncomfortable, she was a victim, she was this, she was that, I'm feeling all types of ways about it. So then there was a video that I guess Sukiana and A1 did after the show, and people started to post that, and they were like, well, this is her kind of after the interview was over. She has her leg on him, she's rubbing her feet down and all of that like that. And other people was feeling like, well, is Suki really uncomfortable about this, or is this a situation that the internet is blowing up out of proportion? So I'm going to show you guys that video. So this is right after the interview right here, and her and A1, he's rubbing on her feet or whatever.
Me up right now, and they had put me in a size 6. If you was is that corn, and baby toe really hurt.
The baby toe?
Yeah. I hope these feet ain't dirty. But yeah, rub that baby toe. Is that corn? It's really fucking me up right now. And they had put me in a size 6. If you was a real man, you would give me a whole bunch of shoes that's in a size 37.
How deep is your throat?
It's as long as your tongue is, so whatever that is.
Long enough to get it done.
Okay, so you say you're gonna give me my shoes and stuff.
I'm gonna get the shoes.
You ain't even rubbing my toes.
I am rubbing this ragged ass foot.
Did you say you was gonna get crab legs and stuff?
Crab legs, right?
You fucking lying.
I am gonna get you crab legs.
As long as you give me some crab legs, I'll be your friend. I don't play that shit.
Where my damn crab?
Oh, he owe everybody crab. Oh shit.
She done.
Can I get my foot back, please, sir? The baby toe. Is that corn? And baby toe really hurt.
The baby toe?
Yeah. I hope these feet ain't dirty. But yeah, rub that baby toe. Is that corn? It's really fucking me up right now.
All right. So after this video surfaced, there was a lot of people who suddenly felt up in the air, because they felt like, well, this, like, if you entertaining it, like, are we projecting, or does she actually feel uncomfortable? Does she actually feel this way, or is this the internet projecting how they feel? Now, I will say that when I originally seen the clip, I did feel like he was doing too much. When I seen this, I wrote a comment under the video 3 months ago, and I was basically like, listen, he feel like, I'm gonna show you my comment, and I posted my comment on Instagram, and one of my followers, who is a gay man, he felt offended. And I'm just gonna say it like this: if any of this offends you, it is what it is. This is my assessment of what I seen, and I'm gonna show y'all what I wrote 3 months ago. Okay, this is what I said. So I commented under the video, and as you can see, this was 3 months ago. I said, the A1 guy gives me vibes of a gay man doing an impersonation on how he thinks a straight man hollers at a woman. It's an exaggeration or overcompensation of some sorts that's happening here, and it's odd. Okay? So this is my comment, and it had 2 replies under it. I think 2 of his replies was night owls. And that's kind of what I felt like. I felt like he was overcompensating for something. I felt like it was an exaggeration of how he feels like women get hollered at. And I felt like it was way too much. Now, one of my gay followers said that I was the word that they like to throw at us. I'm a phobe of some sorts, because I felt like he was exhibiting zesty behavior, and he was mimicking what he felt like a straight man would do. Now, I was told I was a phobe of some sorts, but that's my opinion. And that's how I felt. That's what I felt like when I was watching the video. Now, there was other people who felt some type of way about it as well. There was comments from Amber Rose. There was comments from Masika. And there was even comments that came out from Sukiana before she deactivated her account. Now, Amber Rose posted up a comment, and this is what Amber Rose had to say. She said the following. Are we really going to sit back and let this happen to Sukiana? She was blank assaulted and no one did anything. This is the entertainment biz and she is an entertainer. Using her lyrics and her persona as an excuse to physically touch her and force her without her consent is absolutely disgusting. What happened to protect Black women? I cried watching that video and I'm sure a lot of women have as well. I'm so sorry you had to go through that, Suki. My heart breaks for you. Okay? So, in addition to the situation with A1, there was another situation that surfaced with YK Osiris. Now, YK Osiris basically went up to her and he took things a step further than A1 did. Now, I don't know what A1 did off camera, but on camera, YK Osiris took things a step further and tried to forcefully kiss her. Okay? So he tried to forcefully kiss her. He goes up to her. He starts massaging her shoulders. And after he went to go like massage her shoulders, he tried to turn her head around and he tried to, land a kiss. Now, I don't know if it landed all the way. It kind of looked like it did, but then it also looked like he kind of maybe, turned his head at the same time. And so a lot of people felt for Suki. They felt for her. So let me see.
The right one, then.
All right. So in this clip, it starts off with Sukiana telling him that she will turn him out. So she starts off the conversation and she starts off by saying, like, boy, I'll turn you out type of thing. And then she starts singing, I think that's his song, I'ma give you the world, baby girl or whatever. And that's how this exchange went. So let me try to restart that so you can hear where she was basically telling him like, boy, I'll turn you out or whatever. And then he went in to try to, get turned out.
The right one, then.
All right, she said, I will turn his ass out.
I will give you all of that.
All right, she said, you better get your young or yellow butt away from me or young butt away from me or something like that, she said.
I need to kiss the tattoo. I know I've seen some nut drip right there before.
Oh my God.
Wait, did Duval say he seen nut drip right there? Is he talking about YK or is he talking about Sukiana? He said he seen some nut drip right there before. So is he saying he seen nut drip on YK or is he saying he seen nut drip on Sukiana? Which one? I'm so confused. What? All right, so then he goes in for the kiss. So after that, Sukiana had posted and she said, I am hurt. I am scared to stand up for myself. Okay, so she said that she's scared to stand up for herself. And then after this, her account was seemingly deactivated. Okay. And I think there was a couple other people who commented about it. Let me go and see, because after this, her account was deactivated. And let me see. Yeah, her account was deactivated. She said, in addition to that, she said the following. She said, I drink to hide that I'm very sensitive. I feel things more than the average person. I stopped drinking yesterday, but today I've been crying all day. I asked God to strengthen me and use me to help others and to order my steps in his word. I just want to go away for a while. Okay, and that was after she had been trending with all of this stuff. And people had some things to say about it. There were some people who felt like she was the victim of this exchange with YK. And then there were other people who felt like she wasn't the victim because she was basically telling him that she would slurp him up and things like that. So I'm going to show you some of the IG comments, and then we're going to move to the next story after that and see what you guys feel about it in the comments for sure. Okay. So let's show you some of the comments. All right. So this person right here says she literally told him that she would slurp his basketball off 2 seconds before he kissed her. I'm not getting into this nonsense because playing with this man character career as if she wasn't down with it and hyping him up is not right. Another person says, women, y'all be your own worst enemy. If she was my sister, YK head would have been rolling. If she said it wasn't consensual, then yeah, he's got to get it. I don't care about how she act or what she rap about. No one, women/man, deserves unwarranted advances or physical touching. Women condoning this ish is despicable. Another person says, the internet blows things up and these people make the internet tell them how to feel. She was surprised he kissed her and it probably made her feel uncomfortable. But I think if she let him know that right away, he would have apologized. Everyone was laughing and the conversation was leading, in that adult manner to a kiss. Suki, you are not a victim. Stand up for yourself, but don't let the internet turn you into a victim. These comments are peeing me off. What's so confusing about consent? No matter how she portrays herself in her music, doesn't mean that random ends can touch and kiss her. Like, what's not clicking? Another person says, let's not demonize him or objectify her. He was dead wrong for not paying attention and playing too much, but he meant no harm or disrespect. She is not to be treated like an object, disrespected or mistreated based off her personal choices or lyrical creativity. She is a black woman, a daughter, a sister, and a mother before anything. Another person says, she be doing the same ish to men though. All right, and another person says, can men start correcting men for disrespecting women? Another person says, ask yourself why YK hasn't apologized yet. Y'all really justify her being violated? Sending me ish she did last month instead of when it happened. Has she done some off the wall ish before? Yes. Was she wrong? Yes. But that doesn't mean she deserves what happened to her last night. Okay. So I think what this person is talking about is a lot of people start bringing up, I guess, a situation that happened with Drewski. I believe I haven't seen it, but many of the comments that I read, they talked about Drewski was on stage and they said that Suki just went up to him and she put her face in his butt or something like that. So a lot of people started to bring up that incident and they were like, okay, well, if you're going to blame the men for saying that they're doing too much, what about when she makes advances towards men? And what about when she went and she put her face on Drewski's butt or whatever? I didn't see that clip, so I really don't know. But, that's what a lot of people started to bring up. Okay? And that was that. Some people felt like it was victim blaming in the comments. And then some people felt like she wasn't a victim and she kind of like led him up to that point. It seems pretty split down the middle. Okay. And, you know, somebody says, man, she's trolling y'all. That lady is not afraid to stand up for herself. She deactivated her Twitter because she don't want to see y'all talking ish about her. Okay. And, you know, that's that. So now let's go on to this situation with Miss Puerto Rican Princess Joseline. Okay. Let's go to the Puerto Rican Princess Joseline Hernandez. Hold on, let me pull up the photo. Which photo is it? Oh, here we go. Okay. So there was a big conversation about this whole production, Joseline, all of the things that happened with this brawl that happened between Joseline and Big Lex. Now, I don't watch no show on Zeus. I've never seen not one episode of the Joseline Cabaret. I have never even fully, I think the only time I seen Baddies was when I went over my auntie's house and she had it playing like in the background. But I don't watch Krishan show. I don't watch the Baddies women. I don't watch the Baddies men. I'm not entertained by any of these shows. I don't find entertainment in ridiculous fights that just you trying to get airtime. And it's obvious that you're just trying to show out for the camera. I don't find entertainment in that. However, I guess there was a show with Joseline called Joseline's Cabaret. On the show was a woman by the name of Big Lex. Now, while Big Lex was on the show, her and Joseline had kind of got into it. Now, since I've been doing research on this situation, Joseline had a reunion show. Big Lex, from what I'm gathering, they bumped heads. So there was a clip of Joseline. I guess she was like talking to one of the other females. And then when she was talking to one of the other females, Big Lex kind of was like taunting her and asking her, like, telling her like she not scared of her. And Joseline basically always trying to like punk people and things like that. Well, I guess something happened where Joseline's man jumped in or butted in or whatever like that. After that situation, Big Lex, I guess she did an interview. So in this interview that she did, she was talking about Joseline. She was talking about how Joseline always got bodyguards. She always got people to prevent her from, you know, shooting a fair one. And when she caught Joseline, she wanted to pull up on her, you know? So after this situation happened, there has been people who have dug up the videos and they were basically saying that, you know, she taunted Joseline into a fight. So I'm going to pull up the videos that people were referring to, and then I'm going to talk about what's going on now. Okay? So one of the interviews that she did an interview riding around with some girl. I don't know what the publication is. It's reposted by Daily Tea Talks. And she's riding around with some girl and she's talking about how she wants to fight Joseline. Okay? So this is it right here. Let me make it smaller. So it was reposted by Daily Talks. If you guys know this girl's blog or who she is or what interview this is, let me know in the chat so I could give them credit for this interview. I never seen this girl before, so I have no idea what publication this is. But let's roll it.
I be in Miami all the time and I be ready to pull up on this bitch on a ski boat. Like
On Joseline?
on a jet ski. Like, yeah. What I don't like is how they make it fair for Joseline to be able to put her hands on you and you can't retaliate and do the same thing back to her. I think Joseline should just stay in her lane and stay in her position because she's gonna make herself look extra goofy because, you know, she got a long line of acting goofy. So I wish she just stop that or come get her ass beat by me.
So you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm
like
ready.
With her?
Yeah, because like I ain't pressed about it or nothing like that.
Yeah.
But she be acting like she's this big bad bitch that can't nobody beat. And like, I'm right here. I been right here.
Yeah.
I be in Miami all the time, and I be ready to pull up on this bitch on a ski boat, like
On Joseline?
on a jet ski, like.
All right. So she did, I think this is, it say 105.3 The Beat. She did an interview with 105.3 The Beat, and she was also talking about Joseline here as well.
If you could say one thing to Joseline right now, what would it be?
If I could say one thing to Joseline, I would say pull up. Let me pull up. I got a nigga for her nigga. I got security for her security, and I just want, I want to show her how I feel to really get her ass beat by a bitch that's really gonna beat your ass out here.
If you could say one thing to Joseline right now, what would it be?
If I could say one thing to Joseline, I would say pull up. Let me pull up. I got a nigga for her nigga. I got security for her security, and I just want, I want to show her how I feel to really get her ass beat by a bitch that's really gonna beat your ass out here. All
right. So this was way before the Floyd fight and things like that. And then fast forward to the fight. Now, during this fight, Joseline, her security, it was a guy with a white shirt. It was a lesbian girl. They all were jumping this girl. Okay? So Joseline herself, I feel like she's more than capable of going one-on-one with the girl. She's more than capable of fighting her by herself. Now, if you watch the clips that made it to Instagram, then you didn't see all of the clips. Now, if you go to Twitter and you see the real clips, you see that she was actually jumped by a guy who had on an all-white outfit, the girl that was a lesbian girl who I guess used to date Mimi. The security was also jumping in. So it was not a fair one-on-one fight. Now, people on social media felt like, well, number one, she was jumped, so it wasn't fair. Then there were people on social media who felt like she knew that Joseline was going to be there. She knew she had already prior made these threats, and she said she got her security for Joseline security, and she got her people for Joseline people. There are people who felt like if you already put it in a universe that you wanted to see her, you wanted to fight her, then if you see her, then you have to expect to see her and fight her. Now, I agree with the Hab who feels like if she didn't have her people jumping Joseline, Joseline didn't need her people jumping her. Okay? Now, I don't agree with that. I feel like Joseline, she had the Incredible Hawk in her, and she was more than capable of handling business by herself and letting the women go at it. Big Lex told her, and she said she want to pull up on her. She want to see about her. So if Joseline seen her and it was on site, I feel like Joseline is more than capable of handling that. Now, if the women get on the ground and Joseline get on the ground and her security wants to pick both of the females back up to bring them back up to make it fair, then cool. But other than that, let them do them. All of that was not needed. It was complete chaos. It was out of control, and it was too much. Now, as a result of it being too much, Big Lex, she got beat up. She, there was times where security kind of like pinned her a certain type of way, and it let Joseline get the upper hand to like kind of, put her in a chokehold and things like that. And ultimately, she lost the fight. Now, from her losing the fight, she then decided that she was going to press charges, and the 911 call of her calling 911 has resurfaced. So I'm going to play the 911 call of her calling the police, and then we're going to talk more about this.
911, what's the address of the emergency?
I gotta run into the store.
Hello?
Yeah, I gotta run into the store real quick.
Okay. Do you have an emergency?
Yeah, I do. I just got jumped at the TNT fight, the Floyd fight.
Okay. Where, Okay, where did that happen?
That happened at the FLA arena. I had to get away. They beat me real bad.
Okay, do you need a paramedic?
I just need the police officer. I want to press charges, file a police report. What's the address here? The address is 13605 West Sunrise Boulevard.
Okay. Are you at a business?
Yeah. No, I'm at the Shell gas station.
You're at the Shell?
Yeah.
Okay. 911, what's the address of the emergency?
I gotta run into the
All right, it's
store.
gonna replay it one more time, then we're gonna talk about it.
Hello?
Yeah, I gotta run to the store real quick.
Okay. Do you have an emergency?
Yeah, I do. I just got jumped at the TNC fight, the Floyd fight.
Okay. Where did that happen?
That happened at the FLA arena. I had to get away. They beat me real bad.
Okay. Do you need a paramedic?
I just need the police officer. I want to press charges, file a police report. What's the address here? The address is 13605 West.
All right. So, let's read through some of the comments, and I'll let some of y'all. Oh wait, no, we're running out of time. We'll probably do a separate one and call in. So let me read some of the comments. Anonymously Loud Podcast says, and this is why education is important. He asked her, ma'am, are you at a business? She said, no, I'm at a Shaz gas station. Last time I checked, the Shell's gas station is considered a business. Kids, please stay in school. Another person says, he sounds like he doesn't believe her. Yeah, I know everybody that jumped me don't know the make and model of the vehicle. Wait, what? So anyways, let's get into some of these. So somebody says, how you talk this big money-ish about how you was going to do Joseline when you catch her just to turn around and press charges. I've been jumped many a times and I ain't pressed no charges, especially when you were the instigator. Okay, another person says, so let me get this straight. 1 minute, y'all all up in arms about Shanquella's situation. Then the same exact thing happens to this girl, except she lived to receive her well-deserved justice. And y'all call the girl a snitch? The black community as a whole is a joke. Okay, well, I'm gonna stop right there because we don't really know what led up to the fight with Shanquella and her friends, but this situation is not in comparison to the Shanquella situation, I don't think. That's just my opinion. But we also don't know. Let me just finish reading some more. I don't agree that this is related to Shanquella. Another person says, she's been fueling this beef with Joseline for years now. And why did she go there without security? Child, this lash do not want to stay on. Let me just take both of them more. Anyways, somebody says, she's been fueling this beef with Joseline for years now. Why did she go there without security knowing on site means on site? I mean, if I were her, if I heard Jump by Cocaine Bear, Wiz Khalifa, and Ballistics beats Bishop, I'm calling the authorities as well. Another person says, nah, I don't give a F. She wanted all the smoke, so she got what she deserved, trying to play the Puerto Rican princess. Can someone point me in the video of the alleged jump? Because I only saw Joseline walking her like a dog and her man cursing at the girl after. Did he hit the girl too? To this person, no. There was a guy in all white who jumped in, and there was the girl that was a lesbian who jumped in also. It's other clips. Okay, so another person says, okay, when she didn't know the model of the BMW, I was like, okay, whatever. But to know the difference between a sedan and a SUV took me out, or not to know, okay. Okay, 911 operator, okay. So y'all talking about Joseline in the right when this girl was jumped. You could tell Joseline didn't have her head on straight. She was even hitting people that had nothing to do with it, and nobody was stopping her. If she had any issues with Stevie at the moment for custody, all he would have to do was show the courts this video of her and get Bella up out of that house. This is not a good look for her at all. Okay. I mean, I don't think the video of her saying that she only one night sober is a good look, but hey, Stevie J is on that stuff allegedly too. So for the people saying she whack for calling the police, y'all dumb, because I don't give a F if I talk mad-ish, fight me. Don't jump me. That girl got jumped by a group of people, and on top of that, a man was putting hands on her? Yeah, no, unacceptable. Y'all keep saying why she called. She got jumped. But that Powderhead crew literally did. Did y'all not see all of them men and Melissa with her 4 LOL dreads? All right, so it goes on and on and on. Some people feeling like she shouldn't have called the police, and then some people feeling like she should have called the police, and people feeling split down the middle. Now, I think that it was an unhinged production all the way around. I think that this brawl could have been nipped in the bud way before it got out of control. I feel like, what even is security for if you're not going to break up and divert BS? Instead, I seen security seemingly amplifying and, going on. It's like, even if you're paid security by Joseline, your job should be to protect the person who you are contracted by. And that sometimes means getting them out of a situation that they themselves put themselves in also. The whole production of this fight was ghetto. Okay? This brawl was over the top. The performances, Krishan's performance, Blueface's performance, Joseline's performance, ghetto. The fight that Floyd did with the guy, and then afterwards, everybody trying to fight, then Floyd DJ trying to fight the guy, ghetto. The whole production was beyond a mess, okay? And I feel like it's dope to have a black network, black owned, and black shows. But at some point, we got to hold these people accountable, because this stuff is getting out of hand. If you guys find entertainment, buy it by all means, watch it. But I just don't find entertainment in this type of stuff. Like, I love a good drama here and there. I love a good read, you know what I'm saying? Like, curse a girl out, or, girl, you got me effed up moment. But if that's literally the whole premise is to fight, you might as well just have a fight club. Like, why are we acting like this is reality TV? You might as well just put girls in boxing gloves, train them up to be boxers, and put them in the professional field that you are trying to entertain. Like, why are we not putting Krishan in boxing classes and putting her up against other boxers when she drops her baby? Like, why are we not, actually putting them or cultivating a skill that they can ultimately get paid from in the long run? Because after they do all of these fights, they on here for a season, then what's next? They do a couple club appearances, and then what? I mean, at least if everybody is entertained by the fighting, at least make it make sense why they fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like, put them up against UFC fighters or MMA fighters and hone in on a skill that they can actually use, that they can actually pass down generational wealth to their families or something. You just got a bunch of females just fighting for what? Where is these fights leading to? What's the end result? You go on a show, you fight, you get off, you do 1 or 2 club appearances, they switch the girls in and out. Then what? Like, what? What? I'm not entertained by Zeus. I'm not entertained by any of it. Y'all find entertainment in it. I think it's a mess. I think, like somebody said, I refuse to watch garbage. It's garbage television. It's no rhyme or reason to it. I feel like it's ridiculous at this point. I feel like he started out with a good thing, having black shows, having, things like that. But I think, like, he needs to gear it more towards a love and hip hop type of lane. Like, yes, there's drama. It might be a stupid drink put in the face, and they might be about to fight, but they don't really fight. Something a little bit more structured. But to just have it to where all it is, oh, you looked at me sideways. Oh, you walked this way. Oh, I'm going to fight. Like, it's just, the fights don't even have a rhyme or reason to them. It don't even be like, what even is this? But anyways, that's all for this video. I just wanted to talk to y'all about this. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'm sure there are going to be people triggered. But to the people who are not triggered and you enjoyed the commentary, you know you can always support by sharing the video, liking the video, and sending your girl a cash app if you would like at NeekAtNight12. Okay? Neek at Night 1-2. Not 122, not 12222, not 1222222. Neek at Night 1-2. Okay? I'll see y'all on the next video.